Hello, my name is Melton Hoskins Jr., and my career goal is to be a public librarian with the Chicago Public Library. I am a recent graduate of Dominican University with a degree and Master of Library and Information Science. I have also earned my bachelor's and master's degree in business administration from National LIS University. I have also worked as a library assistant at National Louis University. In this role, as a library assistant, I perform circulation and reference desk duties, as well as shelving, archiving, and weeding. The major substance of my profession has been in the customer service field and as an administrative assistant. As an administrative assistant, I supported executives at academic institutions, corporations, and nonprofits. On a personal note, I am a native of Chicago. From kindergarten to college, I have always been a patron of the Chicago Public Library. The Chicago Public Library contributed to my developmental, personal, and professional growth, either from its collection of children and teen books I read for pleasure to reference material I used to write research papers in high school and college. My greatest strengths are empathy, patience, and enthusiasm. My empathy and patience were instilled in me at an early age by my parents and teachers, and by experiencing life's disappointments and tragedy. This has allowed me to be understanding of customer frustrations and keen towards what is actually wanted by them. My enthusiasm came from being on the swim team and volleyball team in high school. As a team, we would encourage, support, and energize each other during competitions and practice. Demonstrating enthusiasm has been a characteristic that my managers have always complimented me on because I make it a point to keep myself motivated during stressful projects. This characteristic has kept me from being overly stressed or becoming burned out. My greatest weakness has been self criticism. It was something that caused me to overanalyze my decisions. This was not a good attribute because it can become mentally and emotionally unhealthy. I overcame this by intentionally reflecting on my many professional and personal accomplishments due to my decision making. This process helped me to believe and trust more in my decisions. My experience that will help me succeed in the role of a public librarian will be my 2 years working as a library assistant at a university, my experience in the customer service field, and as an administrative assistant professional. These positions have honed in me strong interpersonal relationship skills, perceiving the needs of others, public communication, and attention to details and strategic-minded and open-minded thinking. Of course, my education in library and information science is pivotal because it has prepared me to be a leader in the library and information science field. The knowledge I acquired taught me how to respond to the needs of a diverse and global society. Understanding the essential nature of information and its relationship to society, to synthesize theory and practice within a dynamic, evolving, and diverse information environment, and how to effectively communicate and collaborate to deliver, market, and advocate for library and information services, as well as how to integrate technology into offering library programs and services. In 5 years, I see myself being a branch manager at the Chicago Public Library. I will have established external support from the community, stakeholders, philanthropists, and donors to support reimagined ways of growing literacy for children and adults. I will have strived to position myself as a servant leader who mentors other public librarians to grow in their calling. I will be encouraging and supporting librarians in their professional and personal goals. I would also facilitate seminars and workshops to teach new librarians how to better how to be better at serving our community with public library programs and services. I want to be a public librarian at the Chicago Public Library because I have personally and professionally experienced its invaluable worth. I want to work for this institution as a librarian because of programs and services such as Teachers in the Library, Story Time, Makerspace, collections, literacy programs, and community support, to name a few. The public librarian facilitates an atmosphere of safety, inclusiveness, and equity for learning and development. Being a librarian with the Chicago Public Library will place me with a renowned educational institution with immense program and service offerings, as well as the structure that will train me to be the best in offering these services. You should hire me as a public librarian because I see being a public librarian as a calling and not a job. I have an intrinsic desire to advocate and market the Chicago Public Library, enriching collections, programs, and services to children and adults in Chicago. As a Chicago native who benefited from these programs and services, I know the value and importance of what is offered. On a personal note, for me to be a Chicago Public Library librarian would be an opportunity to pay it forward for the public librarians who were vested in me experiencing the best the Chicago Public Library has to offer.